Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Chosen Few, part of our Sagas of the Shimmering Seas series here on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/vanishexstone. I don't normally do this part of the introduction. I don't know why I'm speaking like this, but nonetheless, here's our wonderful cast. Let's dive into it and hear what these people are going to be fighting for and believing in today. I feel like I so rarely start with Celexa. So, Celexa, let's start with you.
Oh, okay. So this is things have changed a lot in the last episode or two. This is a very new environment. So Selexa's guiding light is that she wants to prove to herself and others that she can live up to her great grandmother's legacy, and she has her own worth beyond just being important by birth. Her first belief is a little bit modified from last time, but it's similar. While the party may not be able to help the rebellion kill Black Ice, they still need allies to accomplish their mission. Celexa will find and rescue Masha Seasworn in the hope that she can give them valuable help and information. And then belief two, the thought of Nova volunteering to take the curse is eating at Celexa. She will tell Nova her secrets, some of them at least, to alleviate her guilt.
Ooh, I like it. I'm down. Okay, cool. Thea.
Okay, so Thea's guiding light is that she wants to hold the people she's close to even closer. She wants to get closer to the team and be very loyal to them. First belief, Thea still wants to get to know more Raysians, see how they tick, and maybe convince some to take some brain shrimp. Belief two, Thea does not want Nova to succumb to this curse, so she'll do everything in her power to fulfill this favor to Oceana.
There you go. That's a great one. Timothy.
All right, guiding light, of course, is Timothy abhors the loss of innocent life. He will jeopardize himself and the mission to save even one life. And belief one today is Timothy wants to ease the suffering of the Chelestrans. He will stop by the Scientific Institute and offer his services to help combat the plague.
Nice.
Number two, Timothy will follow Nova's lead in terms of approaching the Primarch, since she's the one who is cursed, but will advocate for going through proper channels to request an audience. That's his angle.
Sounds good. I like it. Works for me. And last, but certainly the most cursed of us, Nova.
Nova's guiding light is she's inspired by her great-grandfather's heroic deeds during the rebellion, and she will throw herself into danger to protect her friends. Belief one is, I know, right? Nova feels uneasy about the prospects and mind controlling the Primarch and will search out an alternate for breaking the curse. And belief two is Nova wants action now and will assist the team in finding the contact for the revolution.
That's excellent. Well, belief two is not going to be filled out exactly as you intended, but we are going to start with some action because you guys are walking down the street, heading in the direction that you happen to be heading, and you see a bunch of probably about 8 street toughs, it looks like they have the appearance of. And they are doing some bad things where they are beating someone up on a street corner, sort of partially hidden in an alley. And as you are walking by, walking in that general direction, I won't say by. I'm not saying that you're that sort of person. As you're walking, one of the people who's clearly standing lookout, like, looks at you and like tries to bulk up and look intimidating, you know.
So they're like bullying someone?
Yeah, they're physically beating someone right now.
Oh, okay. Hey, stupid!
None of your business. Walk on.
This is not how Chelestrans treat one another. You should step aside.
Grandpa.
Excuse me?
Can Chelestra see anything about the person who's getting beaten?
Yeah. They seem to be an elf. And are slightly on the shorter side of many elves, and dark hair that's cropped short and spiky. Although they are, and they are certainly female. They don't seem particularly armed, but you see that they have like a couple of bags that are next to them that seem to be filled with stuff. Why don't you roll a perception check to determine what is inside those bags? Mhm. Yeah, it's hard to see. There's 6 people beating on this person, 2 people in various positions, sort of keeping lookouts. One person seems to be standing back and like watching, like they're in charge almost.
Okay, I think Chelestra kind of like steps behind Nova and Thea for a moment,
Mhm.
and she pulls out a little deck of cards, which then promptly disappear. And somewhere in the alley, let's see, on the other side of the hubbub, a creature appears.
Ooh, beautiful. Are we rolling randomly for this creature?
Yeah, that seems like the most fun way to do it.
Sure, sounds good to me. Which is this? This is the deck of illusions.
Deck of illusions, yeah.
Cool. Do you have the list there, or do I need to pull it up? I can pull it up. I've got it.
I don't have it directly
Perfect.
in front of me.
Why don't you draw a random card for me?
Okay, cool.
Do we have a deck set up for you already?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Do I just pull?
Hold on. Once I know how to do this. I remember how to do this. There we go. Aha! Now you should see blue cards.
Just draw.
Yep,
Okay.
you should be able to click. Actually, hold on one second. Let me shuffle. Okay, cool. Now just click and draw a card. It should like pop up a little bit. You should be able to click and drag it onto the screen, or you clicked it and went over there. That's fine too.
Did it?
You want to tell me what the first card you drew was?
It actually, I don't see anything. I'm gonna try again. Do you see a card?
I see that above your name you have 3 cards right now.
Those were already there. Those might have already been. I think those were drawn before. I've got it. I've got it. I can make this work. Draw one card. Joker.
Joker. That's got to be something, right? Let's see. Joker is a copy of yourself.
Okay. Wow. So a copy of myself appears on the other side of the. And by myself, of course, I currently look like a Chelestran lizard folk.
Okay. Let's see. Do I have a good illusion? I don't have a good illusion marker. Whatever. That's gonna be illusion now. Okay, cool. There's now an illusion of you behind them. Yeah. I mean, so I think that the guard's response to that is like startled. And one of them turns and say, "Hey, how'd you get here?" to the illusion, and then like walks towards it threateningly.
Okay. When he is has his back turned, Chelestra is going to are they kind of like in an alley? Do I understand that correctly?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is roughly our layout here. If we look at the map,
Okay.
I'm actually using it. Who would have guessed?
Oh wow.
Where you can put your illusion where you want. I was putting it here originally, but it could be over here if you wanted him to turn around. Our victim is here.
Victim is there, and sorry, where are we? Where are we on the? Are we where my character is right now on that side, or are we on the other side?
You should be on the south side where your character tokens are. Can you not see those?
Aha, perfect. Now I understand. Thank you.
There you
Okay. So when he gets distracted, Chelestra is going to move forward so she can get a better view at sort of where most of the people are.
Mhm.
And she's going to cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Nice. Okay.
Which is, we didn't go through leveling up stuff we could do later, but this is a new spell.
We'll do it later. New pattern. New spell. I'm down. Okay, let's get some wisdom saving throws or charm these people. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, what do I got here? I've got veterans. I've got 5 of them. What are veterans' wisdom saving throws? +0, right? Good. Excellent. What's your spell save DC?
16.
Okay. I'm going to mark the 1 success rather than the 4 failures. And then I've got captain. What do you got? +3. Good. For me. And let's see what else we got. We've got these guys. They are resistant to charm. Cool. Okay. Well, they succeeded anyway, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, that's it. Okay. So you get, of the 8 of them, you managed to hypnotize 4 with your hypnotic pattern. Magic has been cast. I think that is worth pointing out that is almost certainly the first thing that triggers 100%, no doubt in anyone's mind, combat, because it did not shut down the combat completely, which it certainly could have. And so I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Ooh, nice.
Oops. Oh man, this is gonna go very badly for me. You know, I guess I'm okay with that sometimes. Sometimes you just need to have your butt kicked a little bit, and it's totally okay. Wow, +5. That's huge. Okay, so let's see. Hypnotic pattern has been cast. Let's see. Yeah, that makes it Nova's turn.
All right.
Oh,
I will say Nova, just as a get-go, they may cut their losses and run relatively quickly, but it would be poor form if they did that too quickly, and they would likely maybe execute someone on the way out. So, put that in mind.
I think I rolled a 24, and I also can't control my token. Sorry.
Well, how would I expect you to add your turn to the turn order if you can't control your token and are not, there? Timothy, row, now fixed. You should now be able to control your token, and
Yes.
you are now on the turn order.
Thank you.
There you go. Timothy, you are up first.
Timothy is going to follow his guiding light, and he is going to he's just going to let loose and run up and no, I'm sorry, he's going to shoot the ones that he can see and then run up next to them. So
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I want to clarify, the ones that have orange dots are not charmed by Chelestra.
okay. So I'm going to aim at this one here in the corner.
Take that shot.
All right.
Yeah, 14 misses.
Oh, how about 17?
17 hits. Do you have advantage?
I think I have advantage on people who have not moved.
He has not moved.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a thing, but it hasn't been combat in a while.
No worries. Yeah, 17 hits. 8 damage. Does not like that one bit.
Okay. I'm going to target this one.
Okay. He is currently charmed by Chelestra. If he gets injured, that may affect the charm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. This one is not charmed, correct?
Anyone with an orange dot is not charmed, so yes.
Okay, I will attack that one then, or attempt.
Okay. Yeah, 25 definitely hits.
Okay.
Yeah. You see him turn towards you for a second, and like his eye flashes with a black starburst.
All right. And against better judgment, I'm going to, if I can reach there, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to run up toward them and call out to the victim.
Help me, please.
We're coming. Hold on.
Can only move 30 feet a turn. Nova.
All right. I would like. Am I able to intimidate and attack at the same turn?
Yes, I find
Okay.
attacking to be very intimidating.
Okay. I would like to run up and see. Can I get there? I guess I can get to this guy. All right. Yeah. I'd like to attack the. Oh wait, no, that's not one that is.
That one is currently not charmed.
That one is.
I'm sorry, that one is currently charmed.
That one's charmed. Okay. So I'd like to run up and actually I'll just move myself into the middle of them. And I'd like to try to intimidate.
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you roll an intimidation check?
Okay.
$13. Yeah, all one of them could easily be intimidated, and if one of them gets intimidated, then others could get intimidated. Yeah, so let's see what happens. Yeah, okay, one of them falls prey to your intimidation. Let's see. I'm gonna say that the captain is going to be forced to spend his action rallying the troops rather than attacking and killing you. Is that a reasonable thing? I think that's what's going to happen there. Yeah. Thea, that makes it your turn.
Okay.
Quick question. You said the captain is he in some kind of like uniform or something, or
Nope. No one here is in guard uniform. Sorry, when I said captain, I meant that from a tactical standpoint. From my
totally fine. I just clarifying. Thank you.
No.
I'm gonna run up. Let me just see how far I can go. Run up to there, and I'm gonna use my sapphire gem. I'm gonna use distance, so space contorts and twists. And I choose any number of targets I can see within 30 feet, and they must succeed in an intelligence saving throw or be pushed back 30 feet.
Nice. Which targets are you choosing? How many targets you have?
I'm choosing all of the uncharmed people.
Intelligence saving throws from uncharmed people. Let's do it. D20 plus 1, and what are you? You are D20 plus 2. Okay. 1d20. 15. 18. Natural 20 and a 16.
Dang it.
All of them succeed?
15. So.
Wow. Well, I got very lucky there. The odds were not in my favor. So none of them fall prey to your psionic tricks. Okay. So the one who had like a black starburst for an eye is going to spend the turn viciously and violently and very aggressively and very effectively stabbing. But I think effective might have been the wrong word because he spends it stabbing an illusion of Chelestra. So Chelestra, what happens when an illusion gets stabbed several times?
Okay, well, what I would like to happen in this case is I would like for fake Chelestra to be making like very dramatic like old west, like I've just been shot kind of, yeah, exactly, like like very like over the top, like, oh my god, I'm dying kind of acting. So that's what I would like to happen. I don't know if that's...
Absolutely, sure, why not? I don't have any objection to that. Sounds good to me. It's your illusion. Yeah, so Chelestra fake acts her dying wish. Why don't you roll a performance check for fake Chelestra? It's not that it's realistic, it's that the performance has such pathos that people feel it when you die. Fake Chelestra starts doing her death monologue. And this horrible person will turn around now, believing Chelestra to be dead or not real, one or the other. And I think is going to give a look. Yeah, I'm going to give a look and attempt to use Stunning Gaze on Thea. Thea, I need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Ooh, Thea, you are stunned until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
Let's give you a shock mark. Our victim is unable to move. Oh, wait, sorry, I've got another one of these guys. Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm try and sneak around the back. Victim is unable to move. Our remaining guy, who is still not evil, or sorry, is still not charmed. I think he's intimidated by Nova, so he's gonna spend his turn trying to wake up his friend to run. And then the captain we already established spends his turn making sure that troops don't run, and that makes it Timothy's turn again.
Okay. And this
Yes.
was...
Sorry,
Alexa.
I actually I didn't select my token before rolling initiative, so I should be at the bottom of the order, and my initiative is 6.
My bad, no problem. Chelestra, I didn't skip your turn. It's your turn now.
Awesome. So Chelestra is going to she is going to attempt to cast blindness on the that whoever it was that did the stunning gaze.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. The one that killed your duplicate.
Yeah, exactly. She's going to try to blind him.
Absolutely. Is that con save?
That is a con save. Yeah.
Cool. I got a 20.
So bonus action, she is going to use her mantle of inspiration, and she kind of seems to like grow in size a little bit, and has almost like a little bit of like an aura around her, and every all of she's also going to make sure that she's going to move up so that the person who's the victim can also see her.
Okay.
And so now the whole party and also the victim now can use their reaction to move up to their speed.
Nice.
And also, if they do that, they gain 8 temporary hit points.
Okay. Does this movement provoke attacks of opportunity?
It does not.
Then the victim is going to absolutely take advantage of this to start fleeing. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bam. And they gain how many hit points?
It's 8 temporary hit points.
Nice. Anyone else want to take advantage of this and get 8 temporary hit points?
To move.
Yes. You
Yeah, so
move
you
and
react.
gain 8 temporary hit points if you move.
Mm.
You could reposition yourself, look at it as an opportunity to think, oh, what enemy do I actually want to be engaged with as opposed to who I am engaged with? That's really what I
And
would look at.
even if you move 5 feet, you still get the
Yep.
still get the hit points.
Just because the victim decided to flee to their full movement does not mean you have to.
I think I'm good where I am.
I wish I wasn't stunned.
Oh,
8 hit points is a lot, but unfortunately, the positioning is not lining up the way that we want it to. Timothy, that makes it your turn.
All right. Seeing the victim run, I think Timothy turns and sees this guy approaching. So he's going to call out, "Oh no, you don't!" and shoot him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, take a shot.
Uh,
26 hits.
All right, and I'd like to add my hunter's mark to this too.
Beautiful.
So that'll be
9 plus d4 is 13.
and he will shoot him again.
Mm-hmm. 18 hits.
All right. And this time the Colossal Slayer is added to it.
Nice. Also, Hunter's Mark is still added.
Isn't that once per turn?
Nope. Every time you hit it. It's a concentration spell, but every time you hit, you get to do an extra d6 damage.
All right, there you go.
Gotta love it. Okay. Yeah, you take 2 strong, good, solid shots at this person. And again, you see this weird, like, burst of energy out of this person's left eye. Just like, it looks like a starburst again of dark something. It's very weird and a little bit creepy and implies that there may be something more going on here than meets the eye. Nova.
I would like to attack Starburst guy.
Yeah, attack starburst guy.
All right. Okay.
23 definitely hits. Gotta love a good magic greatsword.
All right.
Wow, 16 damage. Nice.
And again.
15 hits.
All right. Great.
14 damage.
And I will go ahead and add a lightning to this dude.
Nice.
Okay. D8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. So you smack him, bam, once with the sword, second time with the sword, and then shock him with this bolt of lightning that's like coming from the sword, and he like physically stops and starts shaking violently from the electricity. It is much stronger than you anticipated.
All
Diva,
right.
you, I'm sorry to say, lose your turn. But now you are no longer stunned. Congratulations. Ain't that nice? Okay. Starburst guy did not like that lightning sword, and so is going to deal with you as best as he possibly can. Nova, I would first of all like you to make a wisdom saving throw. I really hope you succeed this.
All right. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, that is a failure. So you now are stunned by the stunning gaze, which gives him advantage on all these attacks that he's about to make against you.
Okay.
a critical hit. And a 13. I assume the crit hits, but not the 13.
13 does not hit.
Great. Critical hit. Let's see. How much is this? That would make this 2d4 plus 5 times 2. Got it. So it's going to be 20 points of damage to you. As this dagger sinks into you, he then twists it, and you feel like some sort of weird internal body thing going on. And you look down and you realize like he stabbed into you, but like the stab wound is substantially larger. There's now a gaping hole where he stabbed you with this thin stiletto. Speaking of which, Timothy, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw. Unfortunately, that is also a failure. And so you too are stunned.
Okay.
This combat is now, I'm quite comfortable saying, not going in your favor. Does a 26 hit? Yes. What about a 19? Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So it's going to be 12 damage on the first hit and 16 damage on the second hit.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, guards are now going to attack Nova. Nova, here we go. You are currently, yep, you are stunned, so these have advantage. So 24 to hit.
Yep.
18 to hit.
18 matches, so.
Okay. 23 to hit.
Yep.
20 to hit.
Yep.
So it's gonna be 4 hits against you. And you are unfortunately within 5 feet of Starburst. So that means all these damages are going to be doubled.
Oh, God.
So that's going to be a total of, let's see, do they have their shields up right? Yeah, because they're AC 17. Okay, so it's going to be 4d8 plus 12 times 2.
Oof.
So that's very bad roll on my part. Gotta love that. So that's only 40 damage.
All right. I'm still up.
Chelestra, how you doing?
I am so far, well, I'm concerned.
Me too.
Okay. Just to be clear, so I see there's two like characters with the same token, and they are, one is Starburst guy and one is,
both of them are Starburst people.
Okay, Starburst, but gotcha. I understand. So that's why that's how Timothy got stunned.
That's how Timothy got Starbursted too.
I understand. Okay. So Chelestra is going to.
There should be 3 different token types, just to be clear. 2 Starburst people, 1 captain back here, and then the 5 guards.
Right, I understand.
Not that they're guards. Sorry, again, just their tokens are guards.
Yeah. Okay. God, how can I? Oh my gosh, this is terrible. How can I save Nova? I guess.
Do we just lose Nika?
Yeah. While we're stalling,
Yeah.
I remembered that when I get hit, people light on fire.
Good. Yeah, let's roll some extra damage for that then. That sounds good. I'm a fan of that.
Okay.
The light on fire. Yeah,
Oh,
I've got
sorry,
3
wait.
people who hit you. Between them, they hit you 5 times. So if you want to roll 5d4 for me, and I will dole that out to them.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, I just remembered. We haven't been in combat for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
5,
solid.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Cool. +2. That'll be +4 for this person. And that'll be +7 for this person. Awesome. Yes, lots of fire. Thrown away. Thrown around. Nika, do we have you back? Nope. Sometimes when you guys freeze, I freak out that it's my internet.
Fair.
Well, hopefully she will return. How's everyone doing?
To be determined.
To be determined.
Should we talk about level ups?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Chelestra / Nika will be back soon. Sure. What did we take this level? Nova, what did you get?
I put my points. I got some ability score stuff. I put 2 points into con.
Nice. That was a very practical and immediate decision.
Yes.
I am glad that that you're responding to the world that you are invested in. Yeah, cool, excellent. Feats over there or ability stat points or whatever. Timothy.
I increased my dexterity, and I also got the chance to change my ranger fighting style, which I kind of reflected Timothy's becoming more decisive and maybe vindictive. So I went from interception to instead just plain archery.
Nice, more slaughtering.
Yeah.
Archery is good. Archery is powerful. Archery is one of the stronger ones.
Yeah.
And you decided to increase your dexterity because you were tired of people making fun of you for missing?
Yep, that one. And I also get fleet of foot.
Nice. What does that do?
Just I think I get to ignore difficult terrain.
Nice. You get a level. Rangers have a level 8 ability that they get?
Apparently.
Are they the only class?
Ability score improvement. Land stride. Well, land stride apparently is fleet of foot. I don't know. It's different up on the chart as it is down below in the.
Don't worry about that. That's just there's multiple versions of the ranger now. And what about you, Ami? What did Thea take?
Thea got an ability improvement. Put 2 points in charisma because gonna talk to people more.
Yeah, you're trying to talk to people. I like that. That feels very responsive to your guiding light belief of like wanting to get closer to people. I approve. And since we just started this, Chelestra, what did you take at level up?
Thank you for pausing for me. I appreciate that.
No worries. I get it.
Yeah. So
like crowded out.
Yeah, connection issues. So new level of bard, and a couple of level 3 spells, which is exciting. We've already seen one. We've seen Hypnotic Pattern, and but oh my gosh, it's really raining out there. Whew, that's awesome.
Yeah, over here too.
It's beautiful. And what else? I feel like there's. Oh, the other big thing for me this was having inspiration now start to reset on a short rest.
Nice.
So that means I can start being much more
have a candy.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exciting.
Excellent. Well, it is still your turn, Alexa, if you would like to complete it.
Do I get the sense that this stunning is is it a magical effect?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going
There's no way to stun people without magic, I think, in this game. There might be a blackjack or something like that, but basically, yes.
Okay. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on Nova.
Nova, the stun immediately pops off.
And then once again, I'm going to use my Mantle of Inspiration. And so now if Nova wants to, she can use her Once again, anybody who sees anybody who wants to can move up to their speed as a reaction and get 8 temporary hit points without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. Victim is going to continue to run. Anyone else who wants to run as well is welcome to, except for Timothy.
I'm gonna move down here
Mhm.
just to get in between them and the victim.
Yeah. Gain those 5 hit points. 8 hit points, sorry. I said 5 for no reason.
I'm going to move. Whose turn is it next?
The captain's, and then Timothy's, and then yours.
And Timothy doesn't have a move.
Yes.
Okay. I will move here.
Okay. Gain those 8 hit points.
All right.
Those are 8 temporary hit points for what it's worth. I don't know if we're tracking. Are we tracking those separately or?
Temporary hit points can push you above your maximum. That's the real difference right now at this point.
Okay, cool.
I'm not certain. There's other things that matter, but whatever. For now, that's really the only thing that's gonna come up. You can't also temporary hit points don't stack on top of each other technically, but I'm not that worried about that. Yeah. Right now. Cool. Captain, who's clearly giving orders, who's standing back while this whole thing is going on, says, "Wait! Don't let him get away!" Oh, yeah, sorry, Chelestra.
Right. So that was all happening on my turn, right?
Yep.
And I think that I still had movement if I wanted to.
Oh yeah, sure, feel free.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, this situation is leaving Chelestra feeling a little exposed. So I think she's going to start running as well.
Yeah.
Maybe just down here. But that's all. Done.
Okay, excellent. Sorry, I apologize for cutting you off. My bad. Okay, yeah, so he says, "Wait, don't let that, we need that. Don't let him get away. Cut him off." That sort of thing. And is going to start running around the building. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Timothy, you are stunned. It sucks. Nova, it is your turn.
All right. Has the one south of me been damaged?
A fair bit by Timothy. The one north of you has been damaged a lot.
Okay. I think I will attack the one south of me because that's where I am.
Yeah, that's totally reasonable.
Yeah. Okay. All right, magic sword.
Oof.
Nope.
Okay, magic sword again.
Yep.
Plus lightning damage.
Okay.
Here's the first part.
Nice.
And then
nice. And same thing. This guy is shocked and like you see him vibrating while the lightning is poured into him. He seems to particularly not like it.
okay.
Is that your whole turn?
Can I try to intimidate again?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
What do you say?
I say, run now while you still can.
Perfect. Yeah, roll an intimidation check.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think it's enough to affect the Starburst guys or the captain, but it is enough, particularly with the captain out of sight, for the veterans to be affected. So like one of them, one of him drops his weapon and like grabs his friend and says, "Let's get out of here." We'll see what happens. Thea, you're up.
Do I know that the captain is around the corner?
You saw him fleeing that direction.
Okay. Then
Also, sorry, he's within your sight range. You can literally see him.
Oh, okay. That's not a wall. Okay, gotcha.
That's a grassy knoll.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Then I'm gonna look at the captain and try to shoot him with my longbow.
Take that shot. 21 hits. 12 damage. Okay. Yeah, he's going to look at you and make you make a dexterity saving throw as he rebukes you in a hellish fashion.
Okay. Ugh.
Bad roll there. Do I have that right? Sorry, I should actually. The hellish rebuke is normally 3, right?
Ooh.
It's
3d10?
normally 2. Normally,
Is it D8 or D10? That's on T10. Yeah,
D8.
D10. Yeah, and he's casting it at 4th level. Cool. Yeah, 23 fire damage.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ouch.
He may or may not be a warlock. Sorry. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. The first starburst guy. Oh man, this is gonna suck. Is gonna provoke 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Is gonna provoke 4 attacks of opportunity. 1 from each of you. If any of you would like to take that.
Oh yeah.
If you don't have Warcaster, this must be with a melee weapon. Or crossbow expert, I think. But whatever. Doesn't matter.
No.
13,
Okay.
unfortunately, no.
Mm.
Am I unstunned? I can attack him? Okay.
Yep. Stun only lasts till the end of your turn. So.
Since my bow, since I have my bow in hand, I'm just gonna bite him.
Nice. Nope. Thea and/or Chelestra, either of you want to take a?
I rolled a 20
Oh, I just missed it. Yes, that 100% hits.
with my Chelestra stabs him with her rapier for 5 damage.
Nice. Yeah, he like falters as he's running. You see like there's blood coming out of his leg, and like he's moving quickly, but he's still kind of limping.
And I'm gonna stabby with my short sword.
Oh, that's a critical hit. So that is 7 damage. And hold on, let me check. Oh, well, then he dies before he can get to our victim.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Gotta love that. Yeah, I think the other one is going to I think he looks at Nova and just raises a dagger and smiles and attempts to stun you and then runs away. Wisdom save.
Okay. Wisdom save.
That is a success. You are
Yes.
fine. 15, 20, 20, 30. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to start trying to run away. Our citizen or whatever is going to start running away. And our veterans are going to start running away. Guys, I think the correct thing to say here is that you have solved the direct and immediate problem. Chelestra, it is your turn. I think you look and you see the captain have this realization of like, I lost. Yeah.
Okay. Chelestra is going to let's see. I think she's going to run. She's gonna throw a couple of eldritch blasts at the captain.
Mhm.
And let's see what that looks like. Sorry, eldritch blast. It's an 18 hit.
An 18 just misses.
Oh, wow. Okay. And she is going to she's going to try and pursue the victim.
Yeah, absolutely.
She is a little on the fast side. I think her space speed is 35. So she'll take a double move to try and move after them.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think you even have a problem.
Okay.
You catch up to them, and I think yeah, that's your turn.
Cool.
I think he looks at the three of you that are still there and says something. What does he say? He says, "You fight well, but you will fall before the gray." And he kneels down, and gray smoke starts to pour out of the ground underneath him. And when it clears, he disappears. And I think with that, I'm going to declare the combat over. Chelestra, you catch up to this madly panicked person trying to flee. They have run around the corner and run physically into this tall, elderly is too strong a word, 69-year-old, graying at the temples, but very well made, very, very well proportioned and in good shape man wearing the robes of a priest, of an acolyte. And this person is just like collapsed into this priest's arms and is like sobbing and weeping and sobbing and weeping. And as you turn the corner, Chelestra, you see the two of them. And with that, if possible, I would love to welcome Sarah.
Great.
So we have this sobbing person just throwing themselves into Thommas's arms. When what does Thommas see when you round the corner, Chelestra?
So, he sees a lizard folk in kind of like sort of dingy armor and like a brown cloak, rapier at her side, and kind of like looking like very intense, like she's been sprinting to catch up, and as she runs around the corner, and she like her first instinct is like, oh shit, one of them headed the victim off, and so she just yells like, hey, get your hands off of him, I'm warning you.
Thommas, I want to check in quickly. Do you have any ability to see through illusions? As a default, I'm just asking.
Not at the level I got parked at. No.
Sounds good. Just checking.
All right. Everything's fine.
No, please. There was 8 of them. They were just.
There were 8 of
stabbing.
them.
I don't. There were. High Priest, please protect me.
Wait,
all right, everything's going to be fine.
You know this guy?
No, that's.
He's not trying to. Okay, all right. As long
Wait,
as
you're not trying to stab me, right? You're one of the ones who showed up randomly and started protecting me?
I mean, that's why I'm here. Yeah, that's.
What happened to the guys that were there? There was 8 of them, and they had weird tattoos and looks about them, and they just started beating on me.
I was hoping you would know who they were.
I mean,
you don't even know why they were why they were attacking you?
They told me I had offended the Gray. I don't know what that means.
Who's the Gray? Or what's the Gray?
I have no idea.
Well, okay, but it looked like they got you pretty good. You're okay.
Yeah, I don't know what came over me in the middle of the whole exchange. I suddenly felt this burst of energy, and I just started running, and as I ran, I guess I got beyond their influence or something, and I started feeling better every time I ran. I don't know. It was
Well, I guess
Thomas.
the magic was just in you all along.
High Priest. Sorry, I don't know
Wait,
exactly what's going on. But
that's who this is.
yes,
This person's the High Priest.
yes. Sorry. This is the High Priest of Tamden, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, I don't come over here that often to this
It's all
part.
right. Charmed. And you are?
Oh, I'm a scientist at the institute.
Oh, all right. Well, okay. If they cornered you there, do you need to come inside? I mean, we have people who are convalescing. I'm sure we could help you out.
No, I need to get back to my research. And like he starts, sorry, she starts running back towards where the fight came, around the corner, and you see that there are still some someone who took the bags that had stuff in them, and she like falls on the ground and starts looking at and like is looking at it and is like, no, but it was right here. It was right here. Yeah, Nova.
I'd like to see if the dead body's still there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. The dead body is 100% still there right now.
I'd like to investigate it to make sure, see if I can find out anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So you investigate this dead body, and you see something. I'm going to call it a very weird symbol. Is tattooed on this body's chest. It kind of looks a little bit like a skull, but it doesn't have the bottom half of a jaw. And instead of having a nose and two eyes, it has no nose and 7 eyes. And then out the bottom of it is some sort of symbol, like where the bottom half of the jaw should be. There's some sort of symbol of like maybe wind or something like that. You would guess, like air rushing out of there, heading down this person's body. I'm gonna open this, and I'm gonna put it in the server, because oops, I don't want a new folder, I want a new handout. When it loads, whatever. Yeah, but you notice this tattoo upon this person. Searching them, you find usual stuff, weapons. They have armor underneath their rags and clothing that they were wearing. It is not, what would you call, anything different than like mercenary armor. You wouldn't like, this isn't, you don't look at this and think, yes, this is the military of so and so. This is like normal armor that anyone would buy, assuming they had enough money at an armor shop.
Is it any good?
It's pretty good. It's this one has a split mail.
Okay.
So, and it's good shape, split mail.
Do they have anything in their pockets?
Yes, you find 50 gold.
Ooh. I pocket the 50 gold.
It is now your 50 gold.
Nothing else on them that seems interesting.
No, the tattoo is what you get, and the gold.
Is this one of the Starburst people?
Let me double check. Yes, one of the Starburst people is what's dead.
Can I look at the eye?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why don't you roll a medicine check? Yeah, the left eye shows signs of being blind. It is not obviously blind in any way, shape, or form, but it shows signs of being blind, probably in some sort of trade for the power.
Okay.
Pardon me. Do I hear you muttering to yourself about research, ma'am?
Yeah. Sorry. Hold on. Aha, I got it. Hold on. Ha 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 ha. 1 second. There's our tattoo. For those that are curious. And let's see. Yeah. And she looks up at you. And she says, "Wait. You're the fisherman."
Fishing marine biologist, yes.
Yeah, the one who always goes out on those long voyages.
Yes.
Timothy, right?
Yes. Have we met?
Sorry, I never really spent that much time down with the marine biologist people. Hi, I'm Oladri.
Audrey, it is a pleasure. I'm glad none of us died tonight.
Yeah, me too. I thought you were on some weird quest. The stories at the Institute were wild. They said that you went to the Kava.
Yes, I did. It is a long story. It is. But I'm back. And
You know that we're at war with them now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
Hi.
just in the interest of like timing consistency. So I think when she ran away again, Chelestra was probably going to say, "Oh wait, hey, wait, where are you going?" And she's gonna like start like quickly walking back, and following her. I don't know. Like, there's kind of too much going on, so I don't know what the high priest is going to do in this case. But Chelestra is going to walk back towards the group and make sure that this person does not get themselves into any more trouble than they already have.
Yeah, of course. Thommas, do you follow?
Thommas is going to post up a safe distance away where he can still see them with this person, that he is having a conversation with a small purple dragon.
Nice. Okay. So Thommas returns, and Thommas is there watching as this conversation is going on. No, I'm just I'm sorry, I don't really know. So I was making a donation, and I had some of my research with me, and these people started just like picking on me, and I thought, yeah, I'll just go to an alley and give them my money, and then like they'll leave me alone probably, but then they started like telling me that I had offended the Gray, and I just sort of assumed it was some new gang or something like that, but then they started telling me that it was my research, and that's when I knew I was in real trouble. And then they just started like beating on me, and I thought for sure I was gone when you four showed up, or 5 or 4. I don't know.
Oh, they aren't with you? The priest with the dragon?
No, Timothy. Do you remember the when you were never one much for religion?
No.
Right.
Even less so now. Let me tell you, Do you believe in gods? I mean, sure, we all do, but they're real a-holes, you know?
Yeah. Uh. Okay.
Sorry, what was your point?
Oh, sorry. I just thought that's Thomas. He's a little bit of a local celebrity for all the people that he and Tamden, our god, help.
Ah, yes. Good, good. Yes, I'm sure gods can do good things too. Would you like us to escort you back to the institute? Is that where you were going?
I guess my donation was taken too, so I guess I'm not going to the temple anymore. Thomas, I'm so sorry.
No, please, it's all right. You've had such a shock. You must take care of yourself.
Yeah. Looks down and sees like bruises forming on their arm.
Nova hears them talking about the donation and she's like, ah, pulls out the 50 gold that she just took off this person. Here you go.
Who are you handing it to?
I hand it to the scientist.
Mm-hmm. This isn't mine.
That's fine. Just take it.
No, you saved me, please. I'm fine. I have a job still. We're doing research. It's all good. Please, for saving me. You must need something. You need something, some sort of payment for this.
No, it's fine. I hand it to Thommas instead. Here you go. You can have it.
Thank you. This is going to do a great deal of good.
Where were you guys off to? I don't want to take you from your quest.
We were off to find someone named Kaz. Do you know Kaz?
I don't. Why were you looking for them?
I don't know. Someone said we would be interested in meeting them.
Thomas, do you speak up at this?
No, but someone might notice several more tiny dragons going flying off in a different direction.
Flock of Familiars being cast, I see in the background here. Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Do you have I mean, we can. I was going to the institute anyway, but if not now, maybe tomorrow. Is there a place there we could look you up?
Sure. Yeah. It's sort of. I mean, a lot of us have been sort of retasked, but I'm sort of the last one in studying air-based transmissions. A lot of the sort of infectious disease people have been retasked to study water-based transmissions because of the plague, of course. But I'm the last one over there on the air side.
Hey,
do
you have like an extra room or something?
Sure. Yeah. Of course. We've got actually a lot of space because a lot of people are out. Yeah. Do you guys need a place to stay? I could put you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That would be great.
Okay. Well, I guess come with me. And sort of looks hesitantly around, and then we will continue this scene after break. everyone, we're back. Hope you're doing well. As always, we like to take a moment here at the top of the second half of the show to encourage you, yes, you, to examine your life, to look at who you are as a person and what positions you hold in the world that are inordinately privileged or above, in some ways, what might else be normal for people. And I want to encourage you to find a way to look around at the world and see if you can help someone. See if you can find any way to support or help the people around you, because they need it, probably. In fact, most people need it on some level. Emotional support, financial support, physical support, time, really anything you can do. Right now, I'm not going to lie, we've been talking a lot about our pets off stream. And so I've been looking at supporting animals. It's winter, it's cold, and it's a hard time to be an animal. And so I'm looking at ways of supporting them. Literally, I was Googling that while we were on break. So please look for a way to support someone or someone adorable in the world. And hi, Yuki. It's okay. You can go to sleep. You don't have to be cute on demand. So please try and take care of someone. As always, I'd like to remind you that we have multiple shows on this channel. Yes, we do. We've got 3 shows on this channel. One airing now that you are watching called The Chosen Few. It's this show. You're watching it now. One on Thursday mornings called The Hidden Tomb of Akarut. They are dealing with the problems down in or up in Prion, where they are dealing with a mega dungeon and or alien spacecrafts that have crashed to Earth, and or ancient liches that they have freed from this mega dungeon and are leading armies of undead to destroy the world, and or things like that. Also, on Thursday evenings, we've got another show called The Assassination of Primarch Magli Blackheist, where 4 people are working very, very hard to assassinate a certain dictator that I think all of my shows hate. They are working very, very hard on doing this, and sometimes it goes well and sometimes it doesn't. But if you enjoy Thommas Dagmar, High Priest of Tamden, you can check him and follow his story out over on that show, and all that good stuff. And it wouldn't surprise me if we had a guest star from this show on that show and all that stuff. So, from that perspective, let's dive back in. Thomas, Mercury says something to you. Mercury says to you, "Hey, boss." Oh.
Sorry, my cat's just screaming because he's never been fed before in his life. Sorry, the second I unmute.
Hi, Faye. We love you. Okay. Thomas, Mercury says something to you. "Hey, boss.
Yes.
You haven't fed me fish in a while."
I'm sure you're perfectly capable of fishing on your own, and
I'm
also
just suggesting that, if 2 of us are going to do this whole friendship thing and relationship thing, and you're going to do the thinking, but I'm going to do the labor, I feel like your thinking should provide the food for my labor.
Well, it doesn't really work the other way around, so I can't sass back at you about that.
So what do you think about these folks, boss?
Not loving that they're on Kazan's case, and that does sort of make me wonder about the things that Masosi person was saying that one night.
Yeah, right. What was he talking about? Could he have been talking about them?
I don't see Caliban with them, which could mean a couple of things.
Do you think this is Caliban's group that he was telling you about in those letters?
I mean, I don't want to assume every lizard folk that I see is whatever Mr. Rowe looks like, but...
Oh yeah, that means Juno talked to them too, right?
Mm.
I thought they had a tiefling though. Didn't they have a tiefling?
Meeny, meeny, miny.
You could ask if his name is Mr. Rowe.
What do you think? Invite them in?
I mean, I would. Got to get to know them somehow, right? Clearly, they're at the bare minimum they get in trouble.
Good trouble. Well, everyone's clearly been through quite an ordeal. Why don't we all come inside and regroup, and at least then you can have this discussion with a roof over your head vis-a-vis the research you're checking for. And he asked Mercury, can you ask one of the others to do a couple loops around the neighborhood and look for those satchels?
Sure, yeah, no problem, boss. One of you spots a tiny dragon flying around. Purple.
Please, I insist.
So a little light bulb goes off over Celexa's head, and she says, "Oh, wait. So, of course, you're that high priest, like this, your temple." I'm like, we had just come from there. I was, oh, this makes so much sense. Somebody told me to look for you. Actually, I was talking to another priest who said.
Oh, well,
anyways, yeah. I mean,
so good to make your acquaintance.
Yeah. I guess we should probably go inside. What do you think?
I mean, if you just came out, I certainly wouldn't want to railroad you, but by all means.
I don't know. That whole thing was kind of weird. I don't know if it doesn't feel super safe to be out here at the moment.
I wish I could say that we can rely on the gods of the city to keep the peace, but even around the temples, especially this temple, they're getting a little lax these days.
You don't think they'll come back, right?
I'd like to see him try. Limps.
Yeah, I think though that the show of bravado is enough for Oladri, and she just like walks around and like stands next to Nova but slightly behind.
Oladri is the scientist.
Yes, Oladri the scientist.
Cool. Yeah, I think High priest, is that what we call you? High priest? High priest,
Please,
I think.
Thommas.
Hi.
Shake.
Maybe we should come in for a moment. I'm worried that they're gonna show up. We don't even know who they were.
I wouldn't mind going in. So so you guys head on in. Thommas, you take them to your office?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to say the five of you and the scientist are in Thomas's office. And Thommas, you're not there for longer than 10 seconds before there's a knock on the door.
Please, come in.
Oh, and the door opens and all of you see a familiar foxfolk, Blackberry. Blackberry looks like surprised at you all being there, and then walks in and puts like a tea tray on the table with cups for everyone, and there's also little shortbread cookies.
Thank you so much, my friend. We appreciate it. Is everyone taken care of downstairs? This isn't taking away from anyone.
No. Of course, it's for you and for guests.
Thank you so much. I'm sure it'll be delicious.
Of course. Turns and walks away.
Amateur baker.
Chelestra winks at Blackberry as they come and go.
Nods, smiles, foxfolk grin, walks out the door.
All right. Does anyone care for tea or kombucha? It's local.
This is local tea. Yes, these are Chelestra
It's
leaves.
local. No. The kombucha is something that people undertake of their own volition around here. The tea is part of the temple stores.
Absolutely.
It's like safe to drink, right? Wait, we were told not to.
Actually, as a matter of fact, it hasn't had time to circulate around town yet. But in addition to having a water purifier in the basement, courtesy of a rather brilliant local shopkeep inventor who's been almost single-handedly keeping people hydrated out of this temple, something incredible happened last night, and I think we're going to be seeing a real breakthrough in the plague in the coming days. Or at least, certainly, we're still relying on the minds of our community to come up with a cure for it. As I understand it, people who have the plague are rather stuck with it, but the water has been purified. It's quite fantastic.
Wow. So this just happened.
I'm as surprised as anyone. This has been a yoke around our neck for a while, and on top of everything else. Pardon me, I shouldn't be discussing the city's troubles with you. I'm sure you're quite tired after your ordeal.
Well, in that case, I'll have some kombucha. I haven't had any since I left home.
Yeah, kombucha is poured for you.
So, what brings you all to Raysi? We haven't had much tourism ever since the troubles started.
We're here to visit scientists. Wink at Timothy.
Yes. Sorry, I don't think we exchanged names. Yes, I'm Timothy Rowe, scientist. Glad to hear that the water situation is getting worked out. That's a relief. But yes, scientific, diplomatic adventure.
Well, then you can only be the chosen few.
What?
Might I ask? And he sits down and he says, "Where is Caliban?"
He took a job.
He had better things to do.
He ditched us.
I'm so surprised he spoke of you so highly in his letter. It seemed such a comfort to have people that he could rely on in his travels.
Well, I'd like to think that he's still helping us back at the Grand Accord.
Aren't we? Alexa looks at Nova and Timothy. Aren't we missing something? How do you know Caliban?
Oh, right. Yeah.
He was an old student. We kept in loose touch. Not primarily, of course. Tamden wasn't his following in particular, but when he was younger. And he was good enough to let me know when you all were setting off on your expedition. It sounded quite exciting, and he spoke of you, Mr. Rowe, and briefly of everyone else, but he couldn't say enough good things.
I'm flattered yet surprised. But okay, I will take it. Is this conversation going to go someplace where some of our ears shouldn't be privy to it? That sentence didn't work out. Look, there are some among us who maybe are not known as well as others.
Oh, are you talking about me?
Yeah, how about you and I go talk about science? And everyone else can discuss.
Oh, they're not with you. Oh, all right.
Well, I mean, they just saved me. So.
Clearly.
But I admit that I don't know everything that they're talking about. Sure, Timothy. Yeah, we can talk about old professors and catch up if they need. Sorry, I didn't mean to impose myself. The temple felt safer than the streets.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, let's catch up, and you can catch your breath, and these few can get on.
The gardens are rather quiet just now, if you need a place to speak.
Of course. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah. So I think we'll follow Timothy and Eladri out first, and then we'll come back to this conversation. So Timothy and Eladri head out to the gardens, if that's all right with you, Timothy.
Sure.
And Eladri looks at you and says, didn't even see that you put in a formal request to return to the institute.
Nothing formal yet. No, I'm surprised there are even formalities to be followed currently. I thought everything was kind of, well, as a friend said recently, a dumpster fire.
Since the Primarch took over, though, he's been very concerned that certain people don't get into the institute. I'm usually fine, but you know.
Certain people, like
Yeah.
Okay.
It. Yeah, he's been so they've formalized a lot of. They've systematized and formalized a lot of requests.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
Are you? Is there a lot of? Is it? That's news to me. Is there anti-lizard folk prejudice currently? I thought it was just anti everyone else.
It's no, it's nothing like that. It's more I guess locals first.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It's not based on any. I mean, I'm from here, right? I was born in Chelestra. But yeah, yeah.
Well, tell me about your research. It sounds fascinating.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely fascinating. I'm interested in sort of so there's certain spells that people use that cause like bursts of gases to appear, right? Sort of the most basic and common one is one called fog cloud. But then these gases dissipate, right? And the way in which they dissipate is follows certain patterns that doesn't actually have to do with the wind or the weather. A wind or weather can't affect it, but it actually will. She starts going all technical babble on you for a little bit. But yeah, that's sort of what she's talking about. What are you looking for here, Timothy? I feel like you're looking for information.
I think Timothy's trying to find out why she would have been targeted by this gang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you roll an investigation check for me?
Sure.
To represent sort of your ability to piece together parts of the conversation. Yeah. So she is definitely a like a wonk in a good sense, right? She's an expert in her field, and she clearly knows what she's talking about. She feels about gas and gas disbursement the same way that you feel about fish, and clearly knows her stuff quite well. So she is sort of doesn't always understand the implications of her work. I think would be your interpretation of her. Certainly, understanding the patterns in which gases disperse or can disperse, particularly magical gases, can be used to for shall we say malicious purposes. And that's sort of one of your first thoughts because you are probably a little bit more steeped in more than you want to be. A lot of this research could be used to control the spread of some sort of aerosol or magical thing.
I see. So, okay. I'm sorry. I'm having a little bit of trouble following some of this, but what I'm hearing is, just run with me here. In the wrong hands, this could be a weapon.
Well, not on its own. It doesn't do anything, right? It just sort of tests, like it's more an understanding of patterns in magical formulas.
Sure. But make the next logical jump, right? If someone, an evil person, let's say, wanted to take this waterborne plague and turn it into an airborne plague, they could use your research. Am I correct in that?
I mean, I don't have any research in converting one type of disease to another type of disease, but theoretically, if all of the problems of yes, sure.
I see.
But you can also use it to help pollinate plants on a large scale.
Well, that's the thing, right? Knowledge is power.
Yes, absolutely.
Power in the wrong hands is deadly. Have you been approached by the Primarch regarding your research?
No.
Interesting. Interesting.
Again, all the focus is on waterborne stuff right now. Well, I guess that'll probably stop now that what Thomas said is true. If what Thomas said is true.
Yeah. Yes. That's a surprise. Yeah. Well. Sorry. Yes. Well. I mean, that this all sounds fascinating. Truly. Maybe at some point you could show me in your lab what all you've been working on.
Of course, you're always welcome. It's and I can't even thank you enough for saving me and your friends too. But yeah, of course, you guys are always welcome. You're welcome to come to the lab. I mean, you are already welcome to come to the lab whenever you want, of course. But if I can do anything else to make you feel even more welcome, please just let me know.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, and by the way, before we move on, since you said the thrust of the research has been on the waterborne pathogens, has the Primarch been visiting your colleagues like down in that sector?
Usually he sends representatives. My understanding is that he's not really a man of research.
Yeah. Yes.
Got a chief of science or something like that.
I see.
On the council.
Okay. Do you think there would be a way that we could get him down there? Do you think there would be if there was some sort of breakthrough that you think do you think he would be interested in something? We could get him down. I met him in the Grand Accord, and he's not an easy man to find, and it would be interesting to run into him again.
I mean, I don't have. I guess it's moot now. But if we found a way to cure the plague, he would almost certainly come down. But I guess that's moot now that the plague is cured or whatever. I'd need to test what Thommas is saying, but yeah. And I think on Timothy's questioning face, we will cut back to our other scene, more private now that it is.
So, Thommas, if Caliban was telling you about us, then what did he tell you to expect us here?
Unfortunately, after the first letter or so, Caliban was not the most reliable correspondent. But we've been so busy here. If he had responded, I probably wouldn't have been either. So unfortunately, I knew a little bit about you and not much else. So no, this is rather a surprise. I mean, I was told to expect some new visitors to the city at some point, but no details.
Well, I mean, among other things, I know that we were curious about some of the more prominent families in town here, like a family maybe known as the Proudwaters. Does that ring a bell? Is that a family that you know?
Is it a family that you know? Or rather, how much do you know about them?
Just trying to get a feel for the social landscape.
Naturally. Well, they are quite wealthy. They have hosted a number of events over the course of the past year to only minimal gate crashing. Rather interested in amphibious creatures, just as a little personality quirk. Everyone has to have their hobbies.
Surely, are they a devout family? So perhaps they come and visit you here.
I wouldn't think that over the table. I wouldn't think that they would. No, okay. Not per se. No, their interests are more politically inclined.
bet Timothy knows some things about amphibious creatures.
Yeah, I bet they might like to meet Timothy.
I have to ask, how much do you all know about the current events happening in the city now that you've had the occasion to visit?
I'd say probably not much.
We know there's a war, there's a plague, and that's about it.
There's something gray. Speaking of which, do you know what that was about?
Admittedly, that's not the first time I've heard that phrase in the last couple of weeks, which I'm sure poses more than merely a coincidence, but I'm afraid it's not familiar to me beyond that.
Hey, how do you feel about that Bagley Black Ice character?
Thomas raises this glowing ring on his hand, and he is going to cast the Arcane Eye spell.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because he is out of dragons on various errands, and he's going to try to make sure the perimeter is tight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, you're casting it just outside your door?
Yeah, just kind of like roving. I think you can move its position a little bit, so just like distractedly like hovering around in front of the door.
Yeah, absolutely. So passing around back and forth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it spots the pathway out to the garden, and you see Timothy and Eladri there. You see your usual cavalcade of sick and hungry people inside the temple itself. You see that there are down the stairs to storage and chefs, but there's no one really there. You, most importantly, I think from your perspective, you see your assistant out helping, so not waiting at your door listening.
A ways away.
Not like the spy that she is.
Okay, great. Apologies for the theatrics. I've recently been reminded that my place is to be a good and subdued little priest and stick to my god's domains. While Magley Black Eye single-handedly runs the city into the ground. How do you all feel?
I feel like we might be on a similar page as you.
Well, I'm very glad that it does not seem that I will be imminently arrested, so thank you for not coming under false colors. I like to think that I know who's listening at doors in this temple, and I appreciate the candidness.
Well, then maybe you can help us because we are here. Well, while we're here, we need to make contact with Magley, and we don't know too many people here yet, but we could use contacts.
Well, while the Proudwaters are dedicated little cronies of his, being that, there's not really a method to be formally introduced to them at the moment, unless you can figure out how to manufacture such a way. Can put you in touch with a few connections, certainly. They may not trust anyone enough to introduce them directly to the Primarch, but it could be a project. A friend of ours is attempting to become a little closer to him, but they are doing so at a speed which is, going to be beneficial and safe for themselves. I mean, I'm not really sure about walking right. You could walk right into the capital offices. Sure, why not?
We have a bit of a time frame also. Like a approximately 16 days ish time frame.
Right. Well, please.
Retroactively, when I didn't want to like butt in or anything, but when when Thommas says that he wants to know, he likes to know like who is coming into his office. So Lexa looks guilty a little bit for a moment and then drops her mask of many faces to appear in her normal guise.
Oh, hello there. Cheers. And he toasts her with a cup of tea.
She raises her glass of kombucha and
Chimera or...
Sorry?
Oh, your star sign. Is it not a chimera thing or is it a magic thing?
Oh, yeah, it's a personal relationship, kind of. So it's a patron thing. But I guess the thing about the Proud Waters is, we've heard that they might be holding certain people who could be of assistance at their residence. Is this something that you know about? Somebody named we know so few people here in Raysi, and one of the few names that we thought we could find is somebody who's perhaps being held by them, a witch by the name of Masha Seasworn.
Well, I wouldn't worry overly much about Madame Seasworn. She's been liberated for a while now. Fortunately for her, the amphibious pets I spoke of were an alligator in the basement, and it was a whole thing. There's some cells underneath their house, just in case you all feel like spelunking, or if you get word that they've been holding anyone else, because as much as this entire endeavor has kept a number of people jumping, the Proud Waters are one of a long list of people who need dealt with and haven't been able to. Is the Arcane Eye still keeping a watch?
Yep.
Okay.
Thommas.
Incidentally, so I don't know if the Arcane Eye is keeping a watch inside as well as outside, but
good point.
There is a little invisible imp that might be poking around a little bit inside the office to kind of like just out of curiosity and see if anything interesting comes up. So I don't know if that's something that would be noticed or not. But
if the Arcane Eye is in the hallway, then I would not notice this, but that's okay. I actually want to jump in for a second here, Thommas. Thommas, you haven't heard from Masha in several weeks.
Thommas has had the least amount of contact with her over the table.
Yeah. In fact, none of your group has heard from her for several weeks.
Are you sure? Because she was still giving that person their cure.
Interesting.
Okay. You're so smart.
Not really.
Well,
to Thommas's knowledge,
yes, that's
she's
right.
vibing.
Totally fair. I just wanted to point into the background.
Thommas has made a point of not going to see the witch.
Totally
so
fair.
If what you say is true, then I guess that's kind of a relief. Like that makes that's one less thing that we would need to worry about. Do you know how we could find her?
I can sketch out some directions to her shop. It's a partially kept secret, sort of a neighborhood thing. She's very involved in the community, which is something that is incredibly valuable right now. So yes, he's gonna sketch something out, just kind of like roughly where he knows that Juno and Kaz and Solin all know that her shop is.
Beautiful.
I hope that helps.
You guys now have directions to Masha Seasworn's shop.
Yeah, absolutely. Excellent.
Beyond meeting the Primarch, I mean, now that we've had this breakthrough with the plague, I'm sure he'll be racing to take credit for it in one way or another. Despite the fact that there are rumors around the city that a couple of angelic beings materialized around the same time. I know it's such a portentous time to be here, but he might be making an announcement. He might not. I imagine that he needs the morale that it would bring to his side of things. So just keep an eye on postings about speeches and things like that.
Yes. We've also heard, I mean, we've seen firsthand, but we've heard that Raysi can be quite dangerous right now. And I admit one of the things that concerns me most is that there's, we might not know who's working for the Primarch and who's not, which is why I am trying to be so cautious, and I would appreciate if you don't tell anybody that you've seen me here, but
don't worry, I'm not normally this loose-lipped. It just occurs to me that we might be able to help each other out.
Perhaps. Is there any way to know? We've heard word of some kind of a prince that is quite a danger to people in Raysi who don't support Black Ice, and that he or his spies could be anywhere. And yeah, it's being new in town here. It's a little bit concerning to know who to trust and who not. Is there any way to tell?
Well, honestly, I find myself wondering if some of this communication about the Grey doesn't have anything to do with the person you describe, because as you may or may not be aware, they do have the nickname of the Ashen One, so Ashes, Grey, who's to know? But a more adept and brutal spy master Black Ice could not have asked for. So I would most certainly watch your back more than perhaps you already are. And I mean, he's good. He is good. There was an aid society that was very interested in aiding the city and the people who live here. And that society of people was disbanded, and he slits his thumb across his throat at the behest of the Ashen One. Not too recently, so he's very up on current events. Possibly one of the Primarch's most valuable allies.
And you say you wonder if we could help each other, and it seems to me that so far you've answered our questions and helped as best you can, but what seems to be what's in it for you? What kind of help do you need or expect?
At this point, the people of this city, in the middle of a war that's draining our resources, some outright lies that are being told about the state of the gods in order to get the more gullible of the populace behind these martial efforts. And recently the plague, resulting in a food shortage, has been rather too much to handle. In fact, all we need now is an alien invasion from beyond the cosmos or something, now that the covering is down, to just completely make the city complete. Oh, and a tidal wave. Oh, and, 10 other things that have been happening. And I'm so proud of everyone in the city who's really banded together and helped to look after the neighbor and protect each other, share rations, take people into their homes, volunteer at temples, wherever. But and those things have all been invaluable in getting us from day to day. But as far as reactionary anything or preventative anything, those of us who are trying to make a difference in the city, regrettably, have been kept jumping without the freedom to take matters into our own hands. I would say there are certain people in this city, certain people that you might have heard things about, that you might have a certain image of in your mind, that are some of the best people you will ever meet. And I would beg for hesitation and temperance before you write someone off based on rumors or what negative parties have said about them. I'm sure that all sounds very confusing, and I've been told that when I'm trying to get my point across, that's when my words are the cloudiest, but forgive an old man.
Yeah, what are you thinking in this moment?
I think, well, Theo wants to just ask, yeah, we have noticed people are somewhat wary to trust, especially somebody who's not from Chelestra. Do you think there's a way to bridge that trust? I mean, especially for some outsiders like us.
Naturally. I mean, this xenophobic rash is regrettable, and I hate to say that the city was poised for it after the Chaos Wars and the Cimmerian occupation. It turned out to be a strange asset in our favor, that some of us had weathered a calamity upon the city before, and that's why parts of it are still standing. But as far as outsiders go, I mean, I'm not really sure. It means the world that you all, with the exception of Mr. Rowe, having, no sentimental obligation to the city, would want to reach out as ambassadors in such a way. And I wish I could say that such actions would move people to trust more easily and to accept unfamiliar friends more easily. But that's what we've been attempting to do for our neighbors and for ourselves, and we have people who have been stigmatized in the community that have been at the forefront of these emergency operations, just helping people nonstop, day and night. And some still have this view, and some will always be closed-minded. But all I can do is suggest that you keep trying.
I think we will try.
I personally apologize for anything that might be said, or any indignities that might be offered upon the lot of you while you're in this city. It can be better than this.
Speaking of trying, and so Lexa kind of she glances at Nova. We are on a bit of a timeline. And
16 days is rather firm. Can I ask why? Do you have passage away from the city in that time?
Let's say don't piss off a pirate queen.
I'll keep that in mind. What on earth did you do to her?
Oh, are you familiar
With Her Majesty? Somewhat.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh no, somewhat. She's behind a massive humanitarian effort that should be processing in port right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wheat. I hear.
Yes, we're so grateful. I mean, anything that grows in the ground has been tainted by the plague at this point. So even now that the end might be in sight, we're rather desperate.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't have to do such a thing.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't like when you look at her stuff without asking. Just say that.
By the gods, what has she done to you?
Nova coughs up a little bit of water. Oh, nothing. I'll be fine. We just have an errand we need to complete for her.
Something I will say is that the witch you seek, Marsha Seasworn, tends to specialize in the breaking of curses. Now, the price might be something different or something that you find unacceptable in other ways. But if it comes down to the wire, it may behoove you to locate Madame Seasworn before your deadline passes.
Good to know.
I'll say one thing about the Pirate Queen is that it seems like her star may be rising.
She's a capable and ambitious person.
She certainly seems to be. I wouldn't be surprised if her reach were to grow far and soon.
Well, anyone proving to be an ally to her in her efforts would certainly be considered, from what I know of her.
Nova, you have a thought on this that you want to share?
Oh, well, it seems like we're on the same page about not liking this Magley Black Eyes character. So, do you know of anyone who's kind of take care of him?
I couldn't help but overhear outside the temple the lot of you mentioned that you'd been in contact with a certain assistant to a certain city official, and that seems like the sort of thing that might be worth checking in with them about, because their coordination and administrative skills are quite good.
Out of game, do we know who you're referencing? Is this Captain?
Sorry, say again. Who'd you say? Who are you implying, Sarah?
Timothy might.
Timothy is not there, but who were you referencing?
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, okay. No, he was suggesting that they get in touch with Juniper or Mela.
Yeah. Okay. She's suggesting that you can get in touch with Juniper and Mela stepwise.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, if you do happen to know anyone who's trying to take care of
the air quotes just make it worse, darling, but I appreciate the effort.
Our lovely friend. If you could ask them to wait more than 16 days, that would be highly appreciated.
Believe me, if that were the sort of thing that were able to be accomplished in 16 days, it would have been accomplished by now.
Yeah, just making that known.
Does that mean that that means that perhaps that he's well protected?
Oh, he has powerful friends. Some in the city and others elsewhere. And he kind of like gestures to the air in general.
Well, luckily he's not the only one. But I think that with the clock ticking,
Of course.
maybe we should be going to find Masha.
Certainly. Give her our regards and yeah, no, give her our regards.
Okay. Thank you. Looks like we lost our Chelestra again momentarily. I'm sure she will be back shortly. But with that, I think that the three of you in there will take your leave. And Timothy, did you have anything else you wanted to check in with Eladri about specifically, or anyone else?
No, I'll probably come back.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so Timothy rejoins as you guys leave. And I'm going to say that you leave the temple, leaving Thommas behind. Thommas, just a quick question. What are your thoughts about these weird people who showed up?
He thinks that they're a little goofy when it comes to espionage in particular, but they seem quite capable in general. Catching the tail end of that bite and seeing them stick up for Eladri, definitely a point in their favor. He still wants to have Mercury and the other dragons scouring the neighborhood for Eladri's lost satchels, and if they can be found, he'll dispatch them to find the group and let them know.
Yeah. So Eladri is still at the temple, I think a little shaken when the group is leaving. And Mercury comes back and says, hey boss, we found the food for the donation, but we didn't find any of the research.
Noted. Well, still a little hesitant to lead them straight to her doorstep, but perhaps our designated tracker might have a way to help them out.
Okay.
Speaking of familiars, did Kumi find anything interesting in while?
Yeah, why don't you roll a sleight of hand check for Kumi?
Okay.
Yeah, Thommas. I'm gonna weigh in here for a second. I think Kumi discovers, because Kumi is actually a rather talented little spy, that I'm just gonna jump to the conclusion rather than the methodology here for a moment. Kumi discovers that Thommas is simultaneously aware and is misleading a spy that Thommas has in his own temple. Thommas's personal assistant is a spy for Prince Alepim, and Thommas is both aware of this and is leading false information and or trying to convert the spy, and is very careful about what information is getting out and what information is not. And Kumi is able to deduce this.
Great job, Kumi. That is, that you deserve an imp treat for sure.
Yeah, Kumi's happy with that. I think Kumi just scampers up and sits on your shoulder.
That's where they usually sit.
Yeah, I know, but when he was running around, he was running around, but you feel him scamper up.
For the record, I mean, not that it really matters. I think Kumi is a they.
Oh, cool. Sounds good.
But yeah.
Might as well. Of course, of course that matters. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's what I have always used when talking about them, but I don't think I ever made it explicit. So
no worries. Fixed. Done.
Anyways. So are we headed to Masha's? Is that the trajectory here?
Yeah. So you guys have directions up to Masha Seasworn's place, filling Timothy in along the way of anything that you feel important to, and covertly enough that no one overhears it, because I don't feel like dealing with that right now as a potential. And so we make it up there.
And Celexa will also, she will reassume her her disguise before leaving the office.
Okay. Masha lives in sort of a western part of town, but not as far west as this temple. It is a neighborhood that is surrounded by sort of not nice neighborhoods, but this neighborhood is like not nice in the sense of like it's rich or anything like that, but nice in the sense that like, you know, other neighborhoods have had basic water function interrupted. This neighborhood kind of seems like it didn't. Other neighborhoods had garbage pickup interrupted. This neighborhood kind of seems like it didn't. And as a result, it just like it's a little bit nicer. And as you walk into this neighborhood, each of you feel like this slight gust of air as you walk through, like into it. It's just a light amount of pressure. It's not a huge thing, but you all feel it.
Interesting. What way is the wind blowing?
Yeah, out. So it pushes into your face as you walk into the neighborhood.
Interesting. So it's like a kind of like being in like a negative pressure room or something.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, interesting.
Weird.
Yeah, so the neighborhood is nice. There's like a tavern that seems like kind of chill. It's not like a body tavern or something like that. It's very like this is a place where people go for like a quiet drink. There's a couple of seafood restaurants in the neighborhood that are all quite nice. You know, Chelestra fishing town, very much seafood heavy.
And it would be afternoon right now, right?
Yeah, it's mid afternoon. We're pushing like 3:34. And then there's like a shop, and in front of the shop is a small bell, and above it a sign that says "Go away without business."
Do we know what kind of shop is this?
This is where you were told Masha Seasworn is, so it's probably a witch's shop, a curio shop.
Nova would like to go forward and ring the bell.
Yes.
Hi, we're looking for Masha Seasworn.
Why?
Personal matters.
Might as well tell me.
Why? Who are you?
Masha Seasworn.
You are Masha Seasworn?
Well, I'm the spell that is projecting Masha Seasworn's voice, I guess.
Oh, okay. Can you tell Masha Seasworn stuff?
Who are you?
We are we're visiting to make sure Masha Seasworn is okay, and we want to talk to her about something.
Why? Did someone imply that she's not okay?
Guys, you wanna?
We heard she was in trouble.
I'm perfectly fine, I'll have you know.
Well, you certainly seem to be. But we I actually I have some business and might need to buy some things. And I thought maybe that you might be able to help.
Very well. The door is open. You hear a click.
Okay. So it said, you know, no business, go away. So we needed to have business. And Slexa opens the door and strolls through.
Yeah. So the ground floor of the shop is like it's almost it looks like a knickknack shop. Row after row of like shelves that are pretty narrow. Some with like almost looks like minis. Some look like coins. Others like little rosewood boxes. There's like there's a blouse that's just there in the middle of it. There's like some jewelry around and lots of little small ingredients. There's a collection of vials, each that's labeled with some sort of arcane sigil. And behind the desk, you see a short lizard folk woman, very old, very gnarled, and just looking at you all. And she says, "Greetings. I am Masha Seasworn. And who do I have the honor of addressing? For names are important."
I am Nova. Shake, 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 shake.
She looks at your hand and like doesn't reach out to shake it.
I
Nova.
wave. I'm Thea.
Yeah.
Dr. Timothy Rowe. Hello.
Doctor. An excellent title. I approve.
You can call me Chelestra.
Sleeksa. And you're the one who requested a chance to purchase my curios. Well, how can I help you? And I believe you were the one who spoke at the door first. Yes, Nova?
Yeah.
Well, what are you looking for? How can I help?
Hey, do you know anything about breaking curses?
Why?
Because I may or may not have a curse.
Interesting. Maybe. Do you have the money for me to break your curse?
How much money?
She gives you like an appraising look, looking up and down, and then says, 2,000 gold.
Are you sure you can break the curse?
I am Masha Seasworn. Of course, I, Masha Seasworn, can break a curse.
What if you can't break the curse? Can I get my money back?
Are you doubting me?
I'm not doubting you per se, but I was told it was a very powerful curse.
Then maybe I should charge more.
So Lexa pulls out a vial of Earth's blood from her boot and puts it on the counter in front of Masha.
Now, where did you get this?
You know, it's a really long story. It's a really long story, but honestly, I've been carrying it around for a while, and I haven't met many people who really had an interest in or need for it.
This is a highly regulated substance here in Chelestra, you know.
Oh, well, you know, we're just visiting, so I don't know if that's just something that would interest. If you're not interested, that's all right. I can take it back.
Oh no! I'll take it. What do you want for it?
Well, we're looking for two things: for help with Nova's curse, and for help with another project for, let's say, the good of the community. We have a project that has a high priest's blessing.
Which high priest?
I don't want to speak for them specifically, but
I have to ask. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second here. Thea, what are you doing in the shop?
I think Thea's looking around, touching a bunch of stuff.
Can you roll a perception check for me?
Okay.
You notice in the... Oh, sorry, that's a 9. Never mind. Nice.
Rolling really bad today.
Yeah, it happens. Back to it. Sorry.
A friend of mine, a friend of ours, he had a ring that would let him, I guess, put magic into it and take it out again. And if he were here, then I would simply ask to borrow it. But since he's not, I'm seeking one like it.
I don't have the power to make it permanent, but I have many curios that you could enchant a spell into and snap and release the spell. Would that do as well for your needs, or?
That might, in fact, work.
Timothy, what are you doing in this shop?
Timothy is actually going to walk over to Nova and whisper, like, if you want, we each got 1,000. I'm happy to give my 1,000 to and you'll have enough money to pay for your curse to be lifted if you want. But just for what it's worth, like, my counsel, don't you feel like the Pirate Queen is someone vindictive enough to, like, put a backdoor in the curse that would, like, oh, if you have it lifted, it shortens the time in half or some bullshit? I'm just throwing that out there. It's food for thought.
Do you think I should use this as a last resort?
It's up to you. The money is yours if you want it. She is crafty.
Can I ask for everyone's passive perception? I know that was Caliban's game, but
I know.
15.
Underneath all the stats. 15, same.
14.
That's just 10. It's 10 plus perception score.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's 14.
Unless you've got something special. Timothy and Thea, as you guys are close to the counter, you guys notice that in the back room, sort of slightly hidden from view, there seems to be some sort of tree, which is very weird to have indoors. And more intriguing than that, the tree seems to be faintly glowing in most parts, but one part of it seems to have rotted off. Masha starts wandering around the shop and is like grabbing like this thing and looks at it and sniffs it and grabs another thing and licks it and grabs a third and takes it. And she brings over to you, Chelestra, and she puts down before you like 3 things. One is a tiny, it's like a metal bowl, but then it has a top half, so it's like it seals, right? And then the second one is like a bramble of like wooden sticks and a feather tied together with a thorn. And then the third one is rose petals strung together on something that looks like yarn. And she puts them each before you and says, these can each store spells. 300 gold each. It's only, but still quite good.
What is this worth to you? She holds up the vial.
You know, I truly would be taking it off your hands, I think in some ways would be a favor to you. Because of course, if any of the guards or Black Ice's people, if the Primarch's people found that you had this, he might confiscate it and arrest you.
Well, it seems like it's hard to be safe from them no matter who you are and what you have.
They do have eyes everywhere.
How about in here? Do they have them in here?
No. I am Masha Seasworn.
Can I insight check?
Yeah, please. Nova, I assume that was the same thing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. We've just lost Nika again. Great. Nova, you got it. No. So Nova, as she moves, you notice for a second that her hand, when she grabs things, goes beyond where it should, and her fingers. You both notice that when she like picks up objects, it's almost like she's picking it up with like the middle joint of her finger rather than the front joint of her finger, as if she is perhaps not actually the size that she is pretending to be.
I would like to very sneakily poke her shoulder and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I just have to think about shoulder for a second. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you go to poke her shoulder, and like, are you trying to poke her, or are you trying to test? Like, what's the intent here?
I'm trying to just see if she's solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your finger goes right through.
Okay. I whisper to Celexa, hey, she's not real.
I am very real. What do you mean? I don't know if I like your tone. Maybe I don't need to sell you things. Maybe I just call the guards and summon them right here to deal with you myself.
No. What we meant to say is you are very unusual. And what's up with that tree back there?
That is not for your eyes. And she like reaches back, and you see again as her hand like brushes against the curtain and pulls the curtain closed.
I'd like to ask, are you really Masha Seasworn?
Of course. What does that mean? You don't know her. This is what I look like.
Can I insight check?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I don't even think you need to. No, you know. No, I refuse. You are not allowed to insight check. You know.
Good.
You don't know her. This is what she looks like. No, yeah, of course. No, it's Masha. It's not Masha. Sorry, it is.
Okay.
He is someone wearing an illusion of Masha.
You know, I bet the guards would be real interested to know who's impersonating Masha Seasworn.
Why would they care? And no one's impersonating me.
I think I'm gonna rush into the back room.
No, don't go in there. And you pop into the back room, and you see this beautiful tree, and a branch of it has been rotted off, and it looks like this horrific stain on it. And from the tree itself, you see that there's like this knobby part of the wood, and as you look at it, you see an image that looks similar but not the same to the lizard folk that you have been having conversations with. And it opens its eye and looks at you, and you hear this raspy voice. Help me. Trapped. And that's where we're going to end today's episode. Guys, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a scary place.
It is.
Yeah,
Yes.
Raysi is no joke.
Yes. I feel like I should also warn you guys, just this group, not Sarah over there, but I should warn you guys that if you have not yet had any direct interactions with Prince Alepim, but Prince Alepim is really freaking scary. And I think that Thomas's warning was apt. Be careful with Prince Alepim, but I think more than that, really what Thomas was saying was like, if you are dealing directly with Prince Alepim, I highly recommend fleeing, because Prince Alepim is very scary. Just putting that out there for the background tone thing. Let's hand out some experience points though, yeah.
Speaking of screaming cats, I hope that you're enjoying the serenade. This is
I
my
am.
life.
I have to tell you, I am. I love it. I got a message. I got a private message about it being adorable. It was not in reference to your cat. It was in a reference to Sarah and Faye. But it was. I got a private message to let them know when I thought it was appropriate that a screaming cat was adorable. So, take that, Sarah. Let's hand out some experience points. Yeah, let's see. Timothy, how'd you do?
Well, we rushed into that battle, and I definitely jeopardized myself. So guiding light, yes.
Strong.
I didn't drop by the institute, but I offered my services and talked with a scientist. So
I'm going to give you full credit for that, because I think that sometimes the belief, I don't think is really about the location. It's about the what you want to do, and you did it. You just like, I'm not. It's you didn't drop by the institute, but you had coffee with a scientist outside the institute's front door. Fine, same thing. So yes, I agree.
And number two, Timothy will follow Nova's lead in approaching the Primarch, advocate for going through proper channels.
I think you advocated for that.
Yeah. So working towards.
Yeah, I'll give you a working towards there. Excellent. Thea.
My first belief to get to know Raysians, I think it's still in progress. I kind of asked about how to get their trust.
It's really hard to figure out how to ask someone, hey, do you know anyone who would like a brain slug to invest their head?
Some people, I just needed to put an ad in the paper.
Right.
And then belief two, trying to get closer to fulfilling the favor. I think just, in progress.
Yeah, working towards. And then what about your guiding light?
Getting closer to everybody. I think we're working as a team, trying to get all this done. So
great, 3 points there. Chelestra.
So, guiding light.
I feel like I want to see you stand up to oppression.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. I will say that Chelestra took the lead in rescuing the scientist.
That's 100% true. I will give you. You've convinced me. Easy sell.
Yeah.
Done.
And
that hemotic pattern changed the course of that fight. Let's be real.
Right.
Because if one of you had been stunned and there had been 5 veterans there, like one of you would have instantly died, and that would have changed the rest of the fight too. So, yeah.
I mean, that could have just been it for one of our characters for sure.
Yes.
So naming no names. Belief 1. Finding and rescuing Masha Seasworn. That seems like that's an in progress thing.
100%.
Belief 2. Talking to Nova and telling her a secret. Has not happened yet. So 0. So I would say 2 total.
Done. And Nova.
I think that I threw myself into danger.
I strongly agree that you threw yourself into danger. There was a sword, and you're like, I want to take that sword to the gut.
I found it.
In fact, I tried to give you a path out of danger, and you didn't even want to take it.
It's true. Yeah. Mental inspiration. Get out of here. Nope.
I had them right where I wanted them.
Yep.
My belief 1 is searching out an alternative to breaking the curse.
Yeah.
I think, is that working towards?
I think you actually. I mean, I'm comfortable saying that you now know that Masha Seasworn could help you break the curse.
Okay.
It's if you feel the alternative is actually breaking the curse in a different way, then no. But if you feel like you need an answer about who could break the curse, I mean, Thommas told you Masha Seasworn is an expert in curse breaking. Um, Obviously, this is not Masha Seasworn, and she is
Yeah.
not rescued yet. But I mean, I feel like you've accomplished that if you're comfortable with that.
Okay, I'm fine with accomplishing.
Okay.
Accomplishing.
Accomplishment.
Okay. And my belief 2 is wants action now and will assist the team in finding the contact for the revolution. Did we do that?
Yeah, I think we did. I think the revolution's contact was slightly cagey, but yeah, I think we found that.
So is that complete?
Yeah, I can call that complete.
Okay, cool. So that's 5.
Yeah, works for me. 14 experience points this game. That's not bad at all. Let's do it. Racking up those points. We'll change how we're doing experience points when we add in Nat. Obviously, we'll change the level up threshold and all that good stuff because of stuff. But nonetheless, that's all good stuff. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Hope that you had a good time. We certainly had a swell time, and it was really fun having a guest star here. Thank you so much for joining us, Sarah. We'll continue the story next Sunday on the 20th. I think the 27th I'm going to be off, but on the 20th we will be back at it and all those good things. So with that, I bid you the fondest of all possible farewells, and of course, never forget to call your cat and feed your mom. Bye, everyone.